He left her broken. But destiny never forgets the people who deserve a second chance. And on one quiet night, something happened that no one, not even she, ever expected. There was a girl named Elara. 24. Soft voice. Quiet heart. The kind of girl who smiled even when her world was falling apart. She had loved one person more than she ever loved herself. And that love almost destroyed her. Everyone around her saw her strength, but no one saw how she cried into her pillow every night. No one saw how she searched for answers that never came. No one saw how the boy she trusted the most walked away, leaving her with nothing but memories she didn't ask to keep. But life always keeps a twist hidden in its pocket. A moment that flips everything. A moment that rewrites a person's story. Elara lived in a small town where rich and poor lived in two different worlds. She came from the world that struggled. The world of late bills, humble dreams, and quiet prayers. He, Adrian Cole, came from the world of power. A world built on money, confidence, and control. A world where his last name could open any door. Their love was never supposed to happen. People whispered. People judged. Some even laughed. But love doesn't ask for permission. It just arrives, quietly, and changes everything. They met at the local library where she worked part-time. Adrian walked in looking for peace. Elara sat behind the desk looking like she had already lost hers. For a while, their worlds blended. For a while, he made her believe she was easy to love. For a while, she thought he would stay. But power changes people, and his world was louder than her heart. He left. No explanation. No goodbye. Just a message that said he needed space. And space became silence. Silence turned into distance. And distance destroyed her. Elara tried to rebuild herself from the pieces he left behind. Some days she did fine. Some days she couldn't breathe. Her friends told her she deserved better. But the heart doesn't listen to facts. It listens to memories. The very memories that hurt the most. Months passed. Seasons changed. But her pain, quiet, invisible, stayed. Yet life was preparing something. A comeback she didn't see coming. A twist she never imagined. One evening, as she walked home from the library, something unusual happened. A black luxury car stopped beside her. The window rolled down. And in that moment, her steps froze. It wasn't him. It was someone else, someone who knew her name, someone who said they had been searching for her for weeks. Before she could react, the stranger said a sentence that cracked open a door she thought was forever closed. "I'm here because of Adrian. He needs you before it's too late." Elara felt her heartbeat stop for a second. What happened to him? Why now? Why her? The stranger didn't give her time to think. Something happened. And he asked for only one person. Her. The girl he broke. The girl he left behind. The girl he never apologized to. Elara stood frozen on the sidewalk. The streetlight above her flickered, and for a moment, it felt like the world stopped breathing. She didn't trust the stranger. She didn't trust the timing. And she definitely didn't trust the idea of Adrian needing her after all these months. But something in the man's voice felt real. Heavy. Urgent. Elara slowly stepped back. "Why would he call me?" she whispered, her voice breaking. The stranger looked at her with an expression she couldn't read. "Because," he said softly, "you're the only person he never stopped caring about." The words hit her like a storm. Her chest tightened. Her thoughts tangled. Every memory she tried to bury rushed back, every smile, every promise, every wound. But before she could speak, the stranger opened the car door. "You don't have much time. Please, come with me." A part of her wanted to walk away. To protect herself. To forget him the way he forgot her. But another part, the part that remembered the boy who once held her hand like she was his entire world, couldn't move. So she got in. The car pulled away from the quiet street, heading toward the richer part of town. The world outside blurred into lights and shadows. Inside the car, her heart echoed louder than the engine. Finally she asked, "What happened to him?" The stranger hesitated. "He collapsed yesterday. He's been under too much pressure, his father's business, family issues, and some mistakes he regrets." "Mistakes?" she whispered. He nodded. "Mistakes involving you." Her breath caught in her throat. When the car stopped outside a private hospital, Elara felt her hands turn cold. The building stood tall and silent, almost intimidating. It didn't feel like the kind of place where hope lived. As she walked through the hallway, memories pressed against her chest. She remembered how he left her. How he disappeared without a word. Why was she here now? A nurse guided her toward a quiet room at the end of the corridor. The door opened slowly. There he was. Adrian Cole. The man who broke her heart. But he didn't look powerful now. He didn't look confident. He looked human. Pale. Tired. Lost. His eyes slowly lifted and landed on her. For a second, they both forgot how to breathe. "Elara," he whispered, voice weak and full of things he never said before. She stayed near the door, unsure if she was supposed to stay or run. "You didn't have to come," he said softly. "But I'm glad you did." Her voice trembled. "Why am I here, Adrian? After everything, why me?" He swallowed hard. "Because you're the only person I ever loved, and the only person I hurt the most." His confession felt like a knife wrapped in softness. Adrian reached for something on the bedside table, a small envelope. He handed it to her with shaking fingers. "I wrote this months ago," he said. "I was supposed to send it, but I couldn't. I didn't know how to fix what I broke." Elara opened the envelope slowly. Inside was a letter, raw, painful, honest. He apologized for leaving. He explained how his family pressured him to end things. How he thought leaving would protect her from the chaos of his world. But all it did was destroy both of them. "Elara," he whispered, "I've been living with regret every single day. I tried to move on, but I couldn't. I came back to find you, but you weren't the same. And I don't blame you." Tears filled her eyes, blurring his face. "Why didn't you tell me?" she asked. "Because I was a coward," he said. "And because I never believed I deserved someone like you." Silence filled the room. Heavy. Emotional. The kind of silence that forces two people to face the truth between them. Elara looked at him, really looked at him. He wasn't the boy who left her. He was a man who was breaking under the weight of his own choices. She stepped closer. Only one step, but it felt like a bridge between two worlds. Adrian's voice cracked. "I don't expect forgiveness. I don't expect you to come back. I just needed to see you once. To say sorry the right way." Her heart trembled. For the first time, she felt something she hadn't felt in months. Clarity. Pain. Love. Anger. Hope. All mixed together. "Elara," he whispered again, "just tell me, are you happy without me?" She didn't answer. Because the truth was complicated. And destiny was not done with them yet. The room felt heavier than before, as if every unspoken word between them filled the air. Elara stood near the bed, her fingers trembling slightly. Adrian watched her with eyes full of regret, and something else she hadn't seen in him for a long time. Fear. Not fear of losing status. Not fear of his father. But fear of losing her, again. "Elara," he whispered, "I need to tell you the truth. All of it." She stayed silent, letting him continue. "I didn't just leave because of pressure. My family, they threatened you. They said they would ruin your father's job, your mother's health insurance, everything. I panicked. I thought walking away would protect you." Her chest tightened. He wasn't lying. She could hear it in his voice, the kind of truth that breaks a person to admit. "But I realized something," Adrian continued, tears forming. "I didn't protect you. I destroyed you. And I destroyed myself. I've been living in guilt, every single day." Elara's eyes softened, but her voice remained steady. "You should have trusted me. We could have fought it together." Adrian nodded painfully. "I know. And I carry that mistake with me." For a moment, neither of them spoke. Just the quiet sound of monitors, steady and rhythmic, like a fading heartbeat trying to hold on. Then Adrian whispered something she did not expect. "I'm leaving my father's company." Elara looked up sharply. "What?" "I'm done letting others control my life. I'm done living like a shadow of who I want to be. I want to start over, build a life I'm proud of. A life where I don't hurt the people I love." A breath escaped her lips, a breath she didn't realize she'd been holding. "And I didn't ask you to come for a second chance in love," he added softly. "I asked you to come because I couldn't start over without saying thank you, and goodbye." Goodbye. The word sliced through her like ice. She wasn't ready for that word. Not now. Not after everything. Her voice cracked. "So this is it? You called me here just to end things properly." He gave a sad smile. "If that's what you want. If my presence still hurts, then yes." She felt something in her break open. Because suddenly, she realized something. She wasn't the same girl he left. She wasn't weak, or fragile, or lost. She had survived the heartbreak. She had rebuilt herself. She had grown stronger. And now, she saw him differently. Not as the boy who broke her, but the man who finally understood what it meant to love someone. "Elara," he whispered, "I just needed you to know that you were the best thing in my life, even if I didn't know how to keep you." A few tears rolled down her cheeks. She walked closer, slowly, carefully, and sat beside him. "Adrian," she said softly, "you hurt me. You shattered me. But I also loved you. And that love didn't vanish. It changed, but it's still here." He looked away, ashamed. She took a long, steady breath. "But I'm not here to reopen old wounds. I'm here because maybe destiny isn't giving us a goodbye." He turned to her, eyes wide with hope he didn't dare hold. "Maybe," she whispered, "it's giving us a second chance. Not the same love. Not the same story. But something new. Something honest." Adrian's voice trembled. "You really think we could make it work?" She gave a small, emotional smile. "We don't have to rush. Not today. Not tomorrow. But maybe we can start again. Slowly. Gently. As two people learning to heal." His eyes glistened with tears he couldn't hide. "Elara, you have no idea what this means to me." She touched his hand, lightly, warmly. "This time," she said, "we will fight together. No more fear. No more running." For the first time in months, Adrian's face softened, relief replacing regret. Outside, the night sky glowed gently through the window. A quiet reminder that even the darkest evenings end with light. Adrian squeezed her hand. "Thank you for giving me another chance at life. And maybe another chance at love." Elara's voice was soft. "Just don't waste it." He nodded, breath shaking. "I won't." Their story didn't end in heartbreak this time. It ended in understanding. In growth. In healing. And in the quiet promise of something new. It wasn't a fairy tale. It wasn't perfect. But it was real. And sometimes, real is what saves us. The screen fades gently. Softly. Leaving the viewers with one final thought. When someone breaks you, life doesn't end. You heal. You grow. And sometimes, destiny brings back the people we lost, not to repeat the past, but to rewrite it with wisdom, trust, and a stronger heart. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more stories that touch the heart and open the mind.